Hi, my name's Phil and welcome to my channel, Grow Your Dough. You need three things when you want to invest in the stock market. You need some money, although you don't need as much money as you used to. We'll look at that later. You need a broker and you need a strategy of how you're going to buy and sell your stocks and shares. And at Grow Your Dough, we're interested in factor-based investing. That's our strategy. And if you're not sure what that is, I'm going to put a link in the video above. Please go back and look at the video which provides an overarching view of what factor-based investing is. I know it's long, but it really gives you a good insight into what I'm trying to do here. But today, the focus of this video is around brokers and what they do. So we're going to be asking a few questions. What is a stockbroker? What do they do? What are the different types of accounts that you can hold with a stockbroker? And what are the fees and the implications of the combination of the broker and your trading style? So let's get on with it. So what is a stockbroker? A stockbroker is an agent that sits between you and the stock market, buying and selling shares on your behalf. They hold on to your funds and keep them safe, as well as holding on to your shares once you've bought them. Most of the stockbrokers in the UK are covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, which protects investors up to the size of £85,000 investment if anything goes wrong with the organisation. Each stockbroker has a different set of fees that they charge, and the fees are typically broken down into three sections. One is just like a general administration fee. You pay for the pleasure of having an account with them, and that can be usually charged quarterly, monthly, yearly, and that's a flat fee. Or sometimes it can be a percentage of your portfolio up to a maximum limit. Some brokers charge transaction fees. That means that they charge you a fee every time you buy and sell a share. Sometimes it's a flat fee. Sometimes it's a percentage of the trade that you're placing. Some brokers charge no transaction fees at all. And the final sort of fee that you might come into contact with is a foreign exchange fee. So if you're buying, for example, Apple, shares in Apple, and they're obviously an American stock, and my portfolio is in Great British pounds. When I go to buy Apple stock, my pound sterling has to be converted into US dollars. And when that's done, there's a Forex fee applied, and the broker will put a little bit on top of that and cream some of that money off the service. So you need to be aware, if you're buying foreign stocks, that goes on too. So those are some of the considerations you need to think about when you're combining a strategy with a broker that you're thinking of using. You know, if you're doing lots of international trading, you want to look at the Forex fees. If you're doing a lot of trading in and out of stocks, then you need to be aware that the transaction fees will have a significant impact on your profits. And we'll look at that a little bit further in a moment. So as well as the different services offered by brokers, there's also different accounts offered by brokers too. And these tend to fall into different types of packages. Wherever you're investing, wherever you are in the world, ideally you want to get your investing profits held within inside a tax efficient wrapper. So in the UK, for example, that would be an individual savings account, an ISA, or maybe a self-invested personal pension plan. Both of those sorts of account types are tax efficient. You won't get charged any tax. You won't have to do a tax return if you have profits inside them. Whereas if you just have a general investing account, you'd need to do a tax return each year, and it could be that you're subject to tax for capital gains tax for any profits that you make. So it's really important. I'd really encourage you, if you're going to invest, to make sure that you get at least an ISA account and try to use that to its fullest extent. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sure there will be similar products in your own, in your own country by your providers. So let's take a look at a few different types of broker accounts and the impact of transaction fees on strategy. So what I have here is a little simple spreadsheet, and at the moment I'm looking at a Freetrade ISA account. An ISA account with Freetrade costs £3 a month, giving you a flat yearly fee of £36. They don't charge any trading fees, which is fantastic. So regardless of how many times we buy or sell, we're not going to have any more increased costs, giving you a total yearly fee of £36. And we want to be sort of targeting our costs as about 1% of the portfolio. So really, ideally, we'd want a portfolio that was at least £3,600. The benefit of the Freetrade platform is whilst they have a reduced set of stocks, it's super cheap and it's fixed, so you know exactly where you stand. So the Freetrade Plus account is sort of an enhanced account. It has an ISA wrapped into it and it costs £10 a month, giving you a fixed fee of £120 a year. Again, there's no trading fees, so again you can buy and sell as much as you want without incurring any further costs. And it gives you a total flat fee of £120 a year, so you know exactly where you are. Again, driving for a 1% fees rate, you'd need a portfolio of around £12,000 to sort of achieve that. The benefits are an increased selection of stocks, and it's still relatively cheap and fixed. So if you look at AJ Bell Invest now, which is a more traditional stockbroker, they also provide an ISA, and they charge £3.50 per month maximum, which is an annual rate of £42 a year. And they offer trading fees every time you trade. The first 10 trades in a month are £9.95, the subsequent 10 trades afterwards are £4.95. So if we wanted to rebalance our 20 stock portfolio annually, we'd need to buy 20 stocks and sell 20 stocks, and that would end up totaling £298 just in transaction fees alone, giving us a grand total for the year of £340. Again, driving for a 1% fee structure, you'd need a portfolio of around £34,000. The advantage of AJ Bell is they've got a much wider selection of stocks, international stocks too. They're expensive, and your costs will be driven by the amount you trade as well. And this is just annual rebalancing. What happens if we look at 6 monthly rebalancing, which is one of the considerations we thought about earlier? Well, now to do a 6-month rebalance on a 20 stock portfolio, you'd need to do 40 buys and 40 sells a year. And that totals £596 just in transaction fees alone. That's giving you a grand total of about £638 for the year. And again, to justify that for a 1% transaction fee rate, you're going to need a portfolio of around £63,000. But we've also talked about quarterly rebalancing. What would that look like in an AJ Bell account? Suddenly you'd need to do 80 buys and 80 sells to make that work for rebalancing a 20 stock portfolio every quarter. And now look at the costs. Trading fees alone add up to £1,192, giving you a total fee for the year of £1,234. To justify that, you'd need a portfolio of around £120,000. So choosing the right broker that's aligned with your strategy is really, really important. So I hope that really helps you to see the impact of how choosing a particular broker when tallied with a particular investment strategy can make a huge impact in terms of impact on your profits of fees and things like that. Going forward in this channel, I think I'm going to try and use the Freetrade basic ISA account, because what I really want to try and do is encourage as many people who are financially challenged to enter the stock market. And so that's the one that offers the best fees to portfolio size opportunities, and it will still work with the factor-based investing strategy that I have mapped out. So if you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up down below and like the video. If you could subscribe, that would be fantastic if you want to see more of what's going on like this. If you're interested in activating a Freetrade account, there's a link down below where if you sign up through that link, then you'll get a free share. And I'll also get a free share too. It's a referral program, and I think the share is worth something like between £300 and £200. It's a bit of a lucky dip, but that should help you to get started. And yeah, and if you've enjoyed the video, please interact, leave any comments if there's anything you'd like to ask me or you're not sure about. But for now, I'll say goodbye and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.